Okay, thank you very much. And I want to thank everybody that be present here this evening. I want to also say that I'm privileged to be in the presence of great lecturers in this forum today. And I've learned a lot from what they have delivered. Well, from what I was given, I've seen that too. There is a little bit of interbridge between what I'm going to say and between what the last speaker said, because I'm going to talk on the impact of social media on organizing protests. And first, I want to say I want to thank you for giving me such an opportunity. Like I said before, I'm privileged to be in the midst of lecturers and to have learned from them. And like for the start, for the purpose of this lecture, I want to let us examine.
Are you an entrepreneur struggling to stand out in a crowded market? Your secret weapon is your story. Discover how to make your competition irrelevant by owning your story. Want to learn more? Check out our signature program, Own Your Story, a 5-week training to reshape your narrative. The link is what you see on your screen, academy.aclasses.org/story. Now back to the conversation.
Some definitions. I know that we are all scholars here, and I will, for the purpose of those that might watch this lecture later, I wanted to simplify and make some definitions. The first definition I want to make is a definition of social media. A social media refers to a variety of technologies that facilitate the sharing of ideas and information among their users. In a simple term, it means that social media refers to the means of interactions among people in which they create, share, and exchange information and ideas in virtual communities and in networks. So I think this was the idea of Zuckerberg when they started Facebook. I think he started it as a mere playway method, create a forum where he and his friends can interact, but it later spiraled into a money-making platform. Examples of social medias are Facebooks, Instagrams, WhatsApp, and YouTube, and a lot of others, which I cannot mention for now. Now, let us also look at the importance of social media. It helps people stay connected and share ideas, thoughts, and opinion with others in a safe and a secure environment. And like I said, Zuckerberg, while he was creating Facebook, he needed a place secure where he can exchange ideas and play with his friends. And, that is one of the importance of social media. But in lately, we've discovered that social media has spiraled, and it's not only a forum to create; it's an avenue to create friendship or to create, exchange ideas. And it has gone into an instrument that is being used in protest, in governance, and in educating our children and our friends. Okay, after that, I want to also go into the definition of protest. Though the last speaker have gone thoroughly into the origin of protest, I too will also go into the origin of protest and to analyze it in a different perspective. So our protests are often regarded as physical or online activities that involve mass demonstrations, in particular physical or virtual spaces. These are my definition I've given to protest. Social media influencers and bloggers were the first to reveal corruptions and initiated call for change as early as 2007. And you know that the conventional medias were being used by government and politicians, but with the advent of social media, we discovered that it has become a tool that the people can understand what is going on in government, and people can say whatever they want to say. So let me just give a little analysis, a little historical analysis of protest in Nigeria. Like I said the last speaker, did a very thorough job on the historical analysis of protests. But I'm going to limit myself to Nigeria, and I'm going to also limit myself, to the impact, what social media has impacted on protest. Like in my notes here, I said by 20th century, protests and demonstrations took another dimension. Mostly the masses who were disgruntled over certain government policies manifested as demonstrations in the streets, marketplaces, and government houses, or even institutional buildings. This approach was more active and involved in the use of flyers, placards, different dresses, attire to show their disgruntlement. Examples include the women of the Eastern colonial Nigeria protests. That is the Aba riot, which the last speaker also said and spoke about, the Aba riot of 1929. Then, in the same way, on November 1947, a protest was led by Madam Fumilayo Rasokuti to demand the abolition of the tax on women in Abeokuta, among other welfare issues. The protest led to the abolition of such tax laws, and even the Aleke of Egbaland abdicated the throne on January 3, 1949. This has been tagged as the Egba Women Revolt. It motivated others to demand more and inspired others' protests that followed at this period. Let us come to the post-independence Nigeria. And the post-independence Nigeria has witnessed and is still witnessing protests and demonstrations of citizens, labor unions, workers, sessionists, opposition parties. Such activities for better welfare or change of policy or actions against an oppressive regime or government institutions. Among these include the SAP riot, the Ali Must Go, the June 12 protest against the military regime of General Sani Abacha, and scores were killed, including students. There were other protests that I cannot mention here because this is not my main focal point of or subject of discussion. By 2020, the atrocities of the SARS officer had reached their peak and had public dissatisfaction due to the use of digital technologies. The 2020 NSAS protests spread like wildfire. The Sorosoke generation of Nigeria youngsters initiated protests on Twitter before taking into the streets. The Yoruba phrase Sorosoke means speak loudly, and it was promoted on social media and in person to encourage people to speak in support of the cause. Then I come to the next subject, which is the impact of social media. Social media had a massive impact on the NSAS protest, as it has helped, it helped to spread awareness of the protest to other African countries and even beyond. Also, social media further attracted the attention of foreign celebrities like Nicki Minaj, who took to their Twitter pages to express support for Nigeria during the protest. Social media helped in the publicity and organization of the protest. The protest ground was filled with social media volunteers who collected gifts, food, and donations from around the world. According to a friend I spoke to during the EndSARS movement, he said, I can make boldly to say that protests would never have been possible without the use of social media. Social media created the background through rigorous awareness before the eventual physical protest. What I call say here is that even before the physical protest, there were many information within the social media platforms about the EndSARS and about what the police, did and we're still doing to innocent Nigerians. He continued, the EndSARS protest represented a new ideology in the history of protest in Nigeria. Well, the social media on protest is not only in Nigeria, and for those of us that have been in the social world, what must have heard about what is called the Arab Revolution. And it really created, the spread of the Arab Revolution was as a result of the social media. Egyptians were the first Arab youths to have used the internet as a political platform and a tool to mobilize people for change. Egypt has the largest and most active blogosphere in the Arab world. Almost immediately after the Arab uprising began, there was debate over the role and influence of social media in the altar of Tunisia President Ben Ali and the imminent overthrow of Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak. In what some term as the Facebook or Twitter revolution, we saw and witnessed young protesters mobilizing in the streets, in political oppositions, holding their smartphones in their hands. And since then, the violent and sectarian unrest in Syria has brought increased attention to the role of the citizens' journalism. Like citizen journalism is almost another term that is used for social media. Well, also currently, for some of us that have been witnessing the good governance protest in Nigeria, you will agree with me that what is happening in Kenya, has also contributed to the movement in Nigeria. And like I said, like I observed, currently young Kenyans are using digital media to organize and voice their opposition to the government. A great number of those driving the protests are the Generation Z. Now, they refer to themselves as the Gen Z. And earlier these are individuals that were born roughly between the late 1990s and the early 2010s, and they are characterized by digital prowess. That is, they have much knowledge in digital, technology and social consciousness.
Thank you for watching. Are you enjoying the video? Let us know in the comment section. My mission is to help professionals like you to own their story. What would I do for you, you might ask? Well, it helps you make your competition irrelevant. Want to learn more? Check out our signature program, Own Your Story, a 5-week training to reshape your narrative. The link is what you see on your screen, academy.aclasses.org/story. Now back to the conversation.
The Gen Z generations, these are individuals that were born in the late 2020s and in the late 1990s and in the late 2010s. And these are young people that have great knowledge in technology, and they have used it for social consciousness. They have created the organic grassroots movement, which has used platforms like social media to mobilize and coordinate efforts quickly. They have deployed a number of old and new strategies. Among the new strategy is the artificial intelligence, which is mostly referred to as AI, which has been used to create images, songs, and video that amplify the movement, messages, and reach a wider audience. But platforms like TikTok, S, which is the former Twitter, has been used to share videos of people explaining the finance bill in various Kenya dialects. As you may have been aware, you know that what triggered the Kenya riot is the finance bill, which the people went against, and it went through the social media, and the country were educated about the bill, which was not at the interest of the populace. Okay, there was a hashtag such as Occupy Parliament, Reject Finance Bill 2024, trended on social media platform for several days, further highlighting the power of digital activism in mobilizing support and maintaining the momentum of the protest. Now, coming back to our country in Nigeria, we are witnessing, or we just witnessed, I cannot say we just witnessed, we're still witnessing the protest against the government, and they're asking for good governance. And they say they are hungry, which is, which is, there's no denial about that fact. And the social media has helped a lot. And like I said, during the course of the lecture, the influence from the social media of what is happening in Kenya, also contributed, in pushing out Nigerians, to tell the government that we need a better government. We need the government that will attend to the need of the people. And you can also see that even the social media has also helped to uncover the activities of the police. The police has always denied that they are civil, and they are civil with the people. But you will see that in the social media spaces, it has revealed that the police has openly shot even live ammunitions, against the protesters. And one of those things that make me to be very, very angry, and which I also replied in my S platform, was when the Inspector General of Police came to a live television to say that a police has been killed. But from evidence from social media, there has not been any place to show that the police was killed. So if not for social media, the police would have continued, to bring that falsehood to the people that the police has been killed. But in S, on Sunday, while the police were giving their, refuting the Amnesty International report, they, instead of agreeing to what the Inspector General of Police said, they now said that there is a police force in critical condition. So I was imagining why an IG and Inspector General of Police will come to a live television to give such a report, which was it was the social media that made them to start denying those the report. And also, if we want to also look at also what is happening now, on the first day of the protest, you can see that there was a very low turnout. People were, they were not very convinced of how it is going to go, it's going to look like. But after the first day, and after they witnessed it on social media, that there were a lot of Nigerians came out in Abuja, in Lagos, and in other cities. On the second day, it spiraled, and a lot of people came out to join the protest. And these are the power of the social media. And these are how social media can impart good governance, can impart protest, and can impart, mobilizing the people, towards, oppressive government. Well, in conclusion, because I don't think I'm going to take much of the time. In conclusion, I want to say that the use of social media as a means of communication for economic and social political engagements in Africa and globally has become a big phenomenon. It has come to stay. Social media has been harnessed as a means of showing grievances against a policy or government institution in Africa and in Nigeria in particular. So I think this is the very short lecture I have for this evening. And I want to apologize first because of my hoarse voice. And secondly, I don't know, I appear here as unknown, because I'm still at work. I left my computer and just quickly pick a laptop, to join the forum. So these are what I want to leave with you. So hoping for any other questions that might come up.
Thank you so much, Mr. Faraday. I appreciate your contribution, sir. This is highly valuable for us. You see, when a situation like this happens, we need people to console us. We need people to advise us. We need people to educate us. We need people to direct us. So this is what this webinar is about today. So I thank all of you, each and every one of you, for your contribution. Thank you so very much.
Enormous